Okay, let's go live. We are live.
It's beautiful.
We are going live. We are live, and there's the overlay. Why is there the overlay again? It's oh. Okay. Yeah. it's the overlay. Fun. Okay, then. Camera update.
I like how the event goes happening now on this store.
That's nice.
Nice overlay.
Nice overlay. Okay.
I'm waiting for someone to join before I do my intro. Finish your batch brew, everybody.
Why today's stream icon is broccoli, Alex?
I just put always.
Your favorite vegetable?
First of all, it's my favorite vegetable. Second of all, I put a random icon.
Really?
Yeah.
You really like broccoli that much? I think it's like meh.
Oh, you're weird.
Yeah.
You are weird.
If you don't like broccoli, man, that means you're a psychopath.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Scientific-
99% of the population. is
Scientifically
psycho.
proven.
No, it's not that unpopular. I think it's like 50-50.
No, still quite numbers, man.
I mean, yeah. It's a random icon. If you go back, you can check all the icons before.
More eyes in the world or likes? Andrew Cadhart. I don't get that comment, man.
We should discuss if there are more eyes in the world or less.
Really?
It's like the doors and
Oh, makes sense.
it was the doors or wheels was the original question.
I think there are more eyes. I think people like lose legs more often than eyes.
You don't have to. You're not supposed to think only about people. You got animals as well. We have a lot of animals with 4 legs but only 2 eyes.
Oh my god! Now we made it.
You have
complex.
spiders, man. They have
Yeah.
8 legs.
But they also have multiplies.
How many?
Like
That's
thousands,
true.
even thousands of eyes. Like some
Yeah,
of-
they have like, I don't know, like 100 eyes.
Marek, I have one quest for you. You know what it is?
What?
One quest for Marek today.
What is it?
Count all the animals and
and
then count their
The
eyes.
number of eyes.
Andrew is saying, what about insect legs? Yeah, I said.
Speak louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should speak louder, man.
It's
Louder.
I heard myself pretty clearly.
not about you. We are doing for them. not
Alright,
for
we
you.
had some topics prepared, but
You are
Andrew just-
actually like speaking too loud. It's like, you can't listen.
Shut up.
I should add the topic to the list, and we are going to be discussing eyes and legs the whole time.
What about insects? Yeah, it's complex, Andrew. It's complex.
Yeah. We should make a poll.
Okay, Alex, let's go through what are we going to go through on this stream. You can do the nice intro, like what do we do on these streams. I will, in the meantime, share that we are live on LinkedIn.
I just created a poll, so everyone can vote, and we can go through the topics.
Okay.
So, yeah. This stream title is What the Hell Are Elements? So we are going to be talking about that. We are adding elements to the live stream platform to VEED Live. We can showcase a video or something. We will also discuss the new dashboard, show the new dashboard. And yeah, those are the 2 main topics. We have some other stuff prepared, but we can start with this. I think that's the most important stuff. So yeah, should we start with elements or dashboard?
I would say elements.
Because dashboard, that's your topic. So you want to postpone that? All right. Andrew is saying, sorry, I was waiting for a call and couldn't help myself. Hello from the enterprise team. Hello. Voted for likes. It's settled. I agree with likes. All right. So elements. Johan.
I'm just writing the LinkedIn post, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't do that anymore.
We should show the video first to give people some context.
Oh, the elements?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to upload it first.
Do you have anything prepared for this video?
Man, it's tough. It's tough to get these streams ready at least a little bit. We are doing the most we can with Alex. And you are not helping, guys, at all.
Apparently, the most they can do is not prepare the video, not prepare the LinkedIn post. But they have prepared the overlay. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't work. So
The overlay that we ended up deleting.
Oh my god, why are you doing this to me? Okay, let's start with the elements. What the hell are elements? Let's check this video that we recorded on our last meeting. This is Igor. That's our front-end developer who is right now working on the elements. And as you can see, the elements are movable on the stage. You can take any piece on your stream, on your stage, and move it around, resize it, change the aspect ratios. In the future, you would be able to also change the angles, set background, set over outlines, set shadows, and much more. And we'll have more elements than just gets and jokes. Of course, they will be there, but we also have text and shapes.
Don't worry, guys, they will be there.
And what do we plan as well? Like background videos, slides. There's more of them, more complex elements, more simple elements. And
why is this good?
Why is this good? This is great because right now, when I add anything to the stream, like that overlay that we try to make working, like I can show it actually. It will be a great example. Like this is an overlay I'm just uploading in, and it will take a second to upload. But if you upload an asset into your stream right now in VEED Live and you select it, you cannot do anything with it. It's just there. It just fits the screen, right? But sometimes that's not great because you always have to think in terms of like full HD. And for example, if something like this, it's not fitting. It should be like in the corners. And with the new elements, you can take this and resize it so it fits the stage correctly without the need to go into video editing tool, resize it there, upload it again, which would actually help us.
So basically, it will make your stream a lot more customizable.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the idea.
Exactly, and that's really cool. Like you want that. You want to be able to upload like image here, image there. Have a I don't know. Today we tried to kind of hack a way to play background music, right, in our stream, and it would tremendously help that we could like resize the window that was sharing the sound. So it's super helpful, and I can also share some designs of how it should actually work and look. So let me share my window, and I'm not sure if it will. Yeah, let's try it. Okay. I don't want to share this window. I want to share this window. Okay, it works.
Figma time. Figma time.
So this is how it should work.
Fair hair
and look like. Fair hair care. That's the thing. And I miss. Never mind. This is the new look of VEED Live. It's a lot different than what we have right now. On the left side, there are the elements that are kind of like layers, and you can insert new element that will give you a pop-up with all elements you can insert. So, for example, an image, and you can display it, you can hide it, play with it, you can take it, resize it, right? You can and do whatever you want. We also have contextual menus for all the elements. So, for example, if you have text and you select it, the contextual menu will appear like this, and you will be able to select the style, the font, the size of the type, the border, shadows, and stuff like this. And this will be for all the elements. And like, what it simply means is that you can really make your stream look amazing without the need to use any other graphical software or video editing software, which is super powerful. It's nice. A lot of streams look boring right now. They're all the same. And yeah, I think Predrag was working on it as well this week a little bit on the backend for that. Right?
On the some backend stuff for the elements. And I also think like the most interesting thing for me about the elements is also the future where we can add pooling elements or like more complicated elements, you know, where this is like very easy and simple, like UX way to add complicated interactions to your stream, you know. So Right now, of course, like we will start with just simple elements like image, text, stuff like that. But in the future, you can, for example, have a map element or pooling element or any other complicated element.
It's true.
Nice.
Yeah. The great thing is that it can really be complex. Like today, for example, I was trying to solve like how we are going to let users play the background music. And this is a way to do. Like you can add an element that is, for example, a SoundCloud connection that you can insert. It has its own settings, and it's a simple way to like. It's so important in applications to keep everything like conceptually simple. Mark is dying from the boredness of this boredom.
To keep it simple, like in terms of the concept, like because for example, as you said, like we can have maps, we can have sounds, we can have slides, we can have like live polls and everything, right? And if we would create its own user experience for each of these features, it would easily become super cluttered by all different buttons and different like ways of triggering these things. But if you create a concept that says, okay, all of these things that are on the stage are elements, and elements can be super simple, but even complex, dynamic. Like you have a place where you can put new things and it's still not cluttering the app for users, and that's important.
Yeah, agreed. Also, I like it that while not adding that many new features, you can still cover a lot more use cases.
Yeah.
So if you give people elements, they can customize the stream for their use case. So yeah, I think this is huge. All right, we can move on to the dashboard then, I guess.
Yep.
So, Predrag.
How did you enjoy working on the dashboard?
I think it's better to show it visually, right?
Yeah, sure, we can show it again. Was just wondering, maybe was there like what was the biggest challenge of doing it?
It was simple. It was there was like no challenge. Right?
So why did it take so long?
Well, yeah,
Well, it didn't take that long.
it took so long, man.
I mean, like 2 weeks for that.
Yeah,
That couldn't be better. I mean, take a look like this in 2 weeks. Incredible.
nice.
And this is view one for the dashboard, or like maybe we can start with I don't know, maybe here.
View 2 maybe.
View 2. This is view 2. This is view 1. So this is what you get when you get into the live right now.
Like initial view, basically.
Initial view. It's not super interesting. It's just not so bad as before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot better actually.
Yeah, it is a lot better. But like if I would be watching this stream and someone would be pitching me the dashboard, I would be like, what the fuck, man? Like
you should have this.
it's not super
by
interesting.
default.
Yeah, so let's.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. Showing how to build it. We are building it from scratch, right? So even showing dashboard makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's true.
But I think the concept of like TikTok tutorials is pretty interesting in a sense where I didn't really saw like anybody else do this. So
Yeah, I think this is really my favorite part. I love this part so much because
It's a way to activate users.
Mark's contribution.
This is a great way to activate users because it's
How would you describe activation? Because like people maybe don't know what it means to activate users.
Okay.
What do you think? What effect do you think it has on them in terms of activation?
It makes them use the tool actually by teaching them or explaining the proper value of the tool.
Yeah.
So if I am not like savvy in terms of streaming and I go into the tool, I'm like, wow, that's interesting, I can stream. It's like, okay. But if someone shows me like how to do an amazing stream and how I can actually leverage the stream to get more clients, or how I can stream to multiple platforms at once, and I don't have to export it myself, but I like someone teach me this, I'm much more likely to actually use the tool. And this is the concept. Like it's super short videos.
are live streaming, but having
super short videos, 18 seconds, like TikTok style format, just sharing the most important value. So for example, like 0 viewers, that's what happens to many of us who are streaming. And it's good to know that it doesn't matter so much if you repurpose the content or how to use layouts to make it more dynamic. That always record video, even if audio editing is only like easier than video editing, but you can still leverage the video. So it's like bits and pieces that help the users learn about the tool.
Yeah, I like this a lot, and also it gives you an opportunity to like show the faces behind the tool as well, in the app, which I think is very original. As Predrag said, I don't think I've seen this anywhere else.
I was so worried, man.
Welcome, Mark. Welcome.
Yeah.
Pocket Video School is saying afternoon. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
I was already like, this stream is not going to be good because Mark is not here.
It's nice that he always shows up.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And also what I like about it is that you can reuse these. So we take them and we post them on our TikTok, which helps you again. Okay. Which helps you again with the growth of the tool. Maybe we should close. It helps you with. We post it on LinkedIn as well. So it's nice. It's a content we create like 3 of them in an hour. It's fun, cool. It's also educational for us. So yeah.
I think for me the most important thing is to prevent like you arriving at the dashboard and not knowing what to do, and like this is supposed to. I mean, we will see if it actually will solve the problem. We are not yet sure, but like it's an idea. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a start. We can improve it from there. But when Alex, the other guy from VEED, was doing the site test, it was like it was obvious that he's having a blank.
What is a psych test, Alex? Explain.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. Like I've never done it, but you come to a tool, let's say to the dashboard, and there's like a level of how psyched you are about using the tool, and based on your journey and where you click, it either goes up or it goes down. Basically, with our tool, it was going down a lot. Well, yeah. Basically, when you arrive somewhere, there's nothing there. How can you be psyched about using it? So right now, it should be improved. For sure.
Yeah, like each of the interactions kind of either adds or subtract the excitement of the tool. So if you come and there's empty dashboard, it's like, If you go live stream and like the experience of connecting to the platforms is not smooth, it's like,
Yeah, so, but also when he finished the broadcast and then he went to the transcript and he was able to edit it, export the clip and stuff like this, then it went up, right? Because you saw all the cool features and the opportunity to do more with the recording. So yeah, it wasn't just going down. It would be bad.
I guess the only thing that is missing right now is the onboarding, right? We still have to work on that.
Yeah. I hate onboardings.
But Sam had a good idea and inspiration on a great onboarding. Like there was really nice concept, because I really hate the onboarding that like dim everything and just highlights one box. Yeah. And you need to click through it like 5 steps. It's so annoying, right?
Always scripted.
Yeah, always scripted. It's like, come on. And this new idea is that it comes in forms of notifications. Like you have on phone, like pop-ups, which is nice, like not so interrupting. So when you come to the dashboard, it's like, hey, we have a simple tip for you how to do this. And you're like, okay, and it's contextualized, right? So if you go into the editing, there is something like these little tips coming along the way. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's what I like about Discord does it well. They have like little pro tips within the app, and they're all contextualized, which is really nice because you don't want a random tip when you're doing something else. So I think contextualizing them is really important for making them like impactful. So it could be something you could do, maybe like if you're only going live to Twitch, let's say, I can give you like a Twitch pro tip or something like this. Maybe it could be interactive.
But right now, I think the tool is really simple.
Yeah.
You get how to use it, and I think the combination of a good tutorial video that we need to re-record and these little tips will be enough for the users for the time being. But as we scale, we need to improve that experience definitely.
Yeah. Right, feel free to ask questions, guys.
Yeah.
Marek is psyched to answer all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a low energy today.
Marek, before you leave, you worked on the API connection to YouTube. How did it went?
How did what?
How did it went?
How did it went? Excellent. It's not that bad.
There you go.
But it's a lot of work, like, and the impact is not so big, so it's like pretty exhausting, to be honest.
Yeah, you seem
Like-
exhausted.
I think you underestimate the impact.
The impact is there, isn't it? But it's just like shit API connection, you know. It's like
Yeah, but imagine someone who had to do it through.
yeah. I think the annoying thing is that you have to do it sometimes, basically. You have to do it like every connection sometimes. So like if it was just it'd be great.
It's like it's not a cool feature, and it's always nice to work on the cool features, right? It's like if you work on something that is new, exciting, that is not out there, you are like bringing something nice to the product that you feel like is new. It's much more exciting than building something that everyone else has. It's kind of you use it once, then it works. And it's complex, but for the user, it's like one button, right? So that's not super exciting, but it's important. Like it's crucial. It's crucial for the app. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's the foundation. You have to do all this to then be able to do the fancy stuff.
Exactly.
Coming from
Lesson
a
for life.
very experienced developer.
Alex.
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 dev.
Alex the dev.
I do Django, man. I'm king of the Django.
Like in
King of the
Django.
Django.
Yes.
Do you know even what Django is?
Let's move on to the next topic. Discord. Why?
I wanted to talk about how we create the shorts. I think it's quite interesting process that can be like that can be inspiration for
Yeah.
others.
Yeah,
It's like
sure.
because when I was always thinking about creating content for TikTok and other platforms that is native for the platform, it's not just repurposing. I was like, that will take like too much time. And that's what I like on TikTok. It doesn't actually take too much time if you create a nice process.
Yeah.
And we have quite a nice process.
Yeah, we are still like creating it, but yeah, it's really good. So what we do right now, you did basically the legwork. You wrote down a lot of topics to the Airtable that we have. We have, I don't know, around 30 topics there, and we just pick 3 videos or 3 topics every week. I just write down a super simple script, and yeah, it doesn't sound very complicated and it doesn't sound like a
No, but
big
when
process, but
yeah, it's like when it's always always like this with things, right? Like if you don't do them, it feels complex, but as soon as you do them, it's not that complex if you think about it.
but
the
I
right
guess
way. But then sharing it feels like
if you have two guys doing it, it's suddenly like
yeah.
doesn't sound so simple because you need 2 people. But I guess if I wasn't writing the script, you like wouldn't be doing it. It wouldn't be as easy for you. And let's just say if I had to record it, it wouldn't be as easy. So we kind of like split the work in a way that it's easy for both of us.
Yeah,
And in the end, it's a fast process. That makes sense.
yeah, I think what's really important, and Predrag always told me that before you do this kind of, before you create content, it's good to write down the topics, like 30 of them up front. And I always hate doing that.
But I didn't even know that.
And I always hated doing that. And it's super important. It's just like going because you are like, yeah, there are many topics that you can cover.
Yeah.
Then you can easily pick from the topics. You just write the structure easily. You prepare the script, and then we just record it and edit it. And it's good that it's quick because it's like 18, 20, 30 seconds videos with quite a high tempo and a lot of tech knowledge. So it's good.
Yeah, I like it as well. Also, yeah, I think the key part is that we made a batch of all the topics beforehand. Because if we were to record next week 3 more and we had to come up with 3 new topics, I think it would instantly become like more annoying.
Yeah.
Now we just pick from the
Exactly.
list. So yeah, I think that's important. Yeah, and I like it. I like them in the dashboard, and I like that we can reuse them for the socials as well. All right. API to YouTube we discussed. Discord we kind of skipped for some reason. Elements demo we showed.
And we are done. Bye-bye.
Audio video desync. That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge.
But we don't have Ubaldo to talk about it.
Yeah, I think the guys can talk about it. We talk a lot and they are so silent. feel sorry for them on this stream.
I feel sorry for Marek. Clearly, he doesn't want to be.
Marek, just go if you need to go.
I have like 5 minutes.
Nice.
I would go, but what do I do there? You know, like sitting in the car waiting for getting the haircut.
Yeah, I guess sitting here is much better.
Actually, it is.
All right, so audio, video, desync. Do you want to?
Is there anything interesting about it?
Like, why was it such a challenge? It was a huge challenge.
Yeah, I think the main challenge was that we didn't have enough experience with all the technologies.
Yeah.
So we couldn't make like a very good decision because we knew like there's a problem, you know, there are some audio drivers in Linux, ALSA and Pulse Audio, you know, and it works somehow. And we knew like there's some problem with Pulse Audio, but we didn't have enough experience to just say, okay, just get it out and do it in a totally different way. But we hired a guy who has a lot of experience with this, so he could make the decision and like basically say, okay, we cannot run it in Docker, we cannot run it using Pulse Audio, we have to use ALSA because it's much more reliable. And
the end result.
he actually did the implementation and it works. So
Nice.
Yeah, as you can see,
It's in sync.
the audio is perfectly in sync with the video, and the great thing about it is that even before, when for a magic reason the audio and video was in sync, it wasn't exactly in sync. It was like
split seconds.
yeah, it was like split of a second here and there, and you could feel it from the recording, you could feel it from the stream. And right now it's perfectly in sync, and immediately the stream looks much better. So it's really nice. And it's super crucial that we have it. We already had some support tickets on that, and that's never good. So it's great that it's fixed, it works. Also, the recordings are perfectly in sync. You don't have to do any post-production to make it work. So it's really nice. Yeah.
It is.
It's much more challenging than it looks, but
Yeah.
It's like the API, right?
It's something that we never expected that it will be such a big deal, and it was a big deal.
actually, we expected that.
Really.
With Predrag, I remember like when we didn't even start with the implementation, we were like, yeah, and what if something doesn't work? Like maybe the audio is not working or something. What are we going to do? We don't know anything about this.
I was like, yeah.
And it actually didn't happen until like we have everything, and it was just decent, you know.
Yeah, I remember that moment. That was hell. That was hell.
Yeah, but actually it didn't matter that much in the end because like, you know, it's fixed now, and I don't remember like, you know, seeing hundreds of people, you know, leaving our tool and saying like, I don't want to use it because it's desynced or something. So I think it proves the point that you should ship it, even if it's broken, you know, just get it out there and fix it when it's really needed.
Exactly. It's a proof of the lesson that you really should ship as soon as possible, even if it's broken. Like I can see it a lot around myself that people are like they have the mindset like we should ship soon, it should be like dirty, you know, but they don't want to do it.
Like the mindset doesn't seem like it's enough. You need
Yeah.
to have the balls like to actually do it super early.
And even that, like, because what happens then, it's not easy because then you release it and people come and not even it doesn't have to be even users, it can be your colleagues or whatever, and they're like, yeah, it's broken, that's not good, you know, can we fix it? And it's not like it's bad. You have to be like really okay with it. You have to be like, no, this is good. Yes, we have to fix it, but it's important that we shipped it. Like we have to move on.
Yeah, and even with the fix, like let's put it into the roadmap, you know, and prioritize it with all other stuff.
Exactly.
You know, because maybe you are not getting enough users because you don't have some features that they really need. So they don't even experience the bug, you know, you want to fix. So it's like,
Mark is saying that the thing is looking great now. Good job.
That's good. I think the challenge really is, and it's I think it's almost untransferable. You have to really experience it yourself. Is that you, as a product builder, you have to learn how to prioritize things.
I think it's different, like when you work for like a huge company.
But it should not be. That's why it's.
No, I think
Like,
I think if you're Google, you can release like a
Yeah, I mean,
search
if you are
for-
Steam and you
Yeah.
will release like a new update which will break everything and even break the auto update.
But it's, for example, Steam. Like it's a good example. They are releasing the Steam Deck, right? And it's so, like it's so dirty. And I'm like, this is so good.
Yeah,
You know?
that's okay.
I of course you cannot ship super like broken products, but for example, I really like how Steam did it. Like what they did is like, okay, we will ship it fast. It will be broken, but we are going to make it repairable, and we will make spare parts, which means that any part that will like even from the manufacturer point will fail or something, they have the ecosystem that people will be able to upgrade it. So even if it's broken, right? And the same for system. Like so many things are not working, but the updates are rolling out. But the people already have the Steam decks in their hands. They are giving them experience, feedback, all these things, and it's super important. Imagine that they would be working on it for another 2 years, and that's completely like you could imagine that to just like making it perfect for another 2 years. The train has sailed. They would do some stupid decision, and they wouldn't be able to fix it because they didn't get the feedback. Like it's important.
Yeah, I think I agree, but I mean like, for example, in Twisto, we for example launched like a super the MVP of like a Visa payment card, and some people would lose their money.
Their entire bank account basically gets deleted.
So I think there's a nuance.
Yeah,
but
I guess
yes,
fintech is
or
slightly
maybe
different,
like
no?
Apple with the first iPhone, like it's also like good example of shipping something which doesn't work exactly as it should, but you can always fix it with like a new software update or anything.
it is really important, and it's hard for people to and it's not hard for it's like hard to learn the right balance of these things. You have to go through it, I think.
Oh, we have hello Airbox. Hello.
Yeah, I think what we should try on the next stream is that each of us will actually bring one topic, just a single topic. But each of us who will be on the stream will bring a single topic, either from the week or anything that they think is to share here, because it will help us. Because, for example, as we write these topics, it's a lot us talking about the things, and then like if there is not the best energy or we are a bit tired, it's hard for everyone to get into topics, because like me sharing educational shorts is like what do you, it's like okay, it's cool. Right, so
It's cool.
yeah, but
It's true, yeah.
we'll have homework. Yeah,
I mean, we went through everything.
do everything so fast.
Yeah, super fast. Yeah, like
I have 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. Oh my god.
Okay, give us topic.
You
I don't know.
should give us topic and then go.
It's a homework. Homework should be done at home.
True.
Alex, okay, what do you plan with the Discord community? Like, it's so nice, guys. Not sure if you are there, but we have already around 55 people in the Discord community.
Of course, they are not there, man. Even though I asked them.
Yeah, because I clicked on the link and it didn't work. For some reason.
Yeah, and then I reposted a new link in like 5 minutes.
Like, yeah, but then I didn't.
You literally just
These
clicked.
2 today. It's like you had one chance to catch my attention. and you
I
have
messed
5.
up. Yeah, I'm not sure why it didn't work. But it should work now. Yeah, we should join it. My plan with the Discord is we should be sharing. First of all, it should be a place for VEED Life users to get in close touch with us, even with the devs. I think
Why?
because it's something that I think could be important for them to become, because we are still building the tool from scratch. Basically, it's still beta. They have a lot of chance to help us shape it and help them shape it so it works for them. And for that, they need to get in touch with us and let us know how they like it, what they need, and Did I say something funny?
I'm sorry, but Airbox got us a topic. Give us a topic.
Yeah, I can
I
go
was
through
smiling
that after, but yeah. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, they can get in touch with the devs, they can ask them questions, they can post their content for inspiration. Yeah, we want to post a lot of stuff there as well.
Tell me who would like to ask this guy a question, like
I'm not sure if Marek, but they can ask Predrag and all the other devs.
If they try to ask me, they will see something.
What will they see?
You don't want to know. His blue Yeti.
He's just leaving. He just dipped.
Okay, yeah, it's. I think I'm a big believer in getting as close as possible with the users when you are building a product. And I think the community on Discord is a great way to do it. We just need to find the right way to do it, right? Like to make it engaging, to make it really valuable for the users to bring like knowledge, inspiration in there. Let them share their stuff. Let us like help. We have to help them have the best stream and content possible, and in exchange we can have them there and listening to their feedback, and that's super important. So that's really nice, and I'm happy that it grew like this. I really think we have to have like each day at least one inspiration there, and we still don't have it.
You can do it as well, man.
Yeah, I know.
The channels are all open.
But I cannot go there, so I'm sorry, but I can't post it.
No, that's fine. I will work on that.
Okay, the topic from Airbox is mechanical keyboard or not.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Get out already.
Mechanical keyboard or not? I have one at home.
Okay. I mean, me too. You haven't bought me one. But usually, like, I'm working from my MacBook, so I guess not really.
I'm a gamer, so
I'm a big believer in mechanical keyboard.
I like them, but like 90% of the time, I will not use mechanical keyboard, but I like them.
But that's because you are lazy to connect it.
Yeah, but also here, like, I want to move here, I want to move here, I want to move here, I want to move here. And I didn't want to take my keyboard.
Predrag just loves moving.
yeah. That's true. It's not that good if you're moving around the office or moving in general.
No, but I just love it. What I love about it is that I always look forward to type something. Like it even helps me create content because I'm like enjoying
Satisfying.
writing on the mechanical keyboard, and I really like this Keychron. I think it's K4. I don't know. Super cool, like nice for a good price. Of course, it's not like the high end of the custom made keyboards that you can get, but it's really good for the price. I enjoy it a lot.
Predrag, one thing you have the HyperX, right? Which is it's kind of buggy.
No, but I bought him this one, and I think he never used it.
Okay.
It's like whenever I came to his house, it was like laying somewhere in the corner with a lot of dust on it.
There was not that one.
No.
Only a little dust. Sometimes.
You never used it. I know.
I used it like 5 times.
Five times
Nice.
from the Christmas.
5 times in
5 clicks.
in 5 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You use it once a month. That's good.
Exactly.
I was just about to say Predrag is very quiet today. Yeah.
Yeah, what about Marek?
What about Marek?
He's actually not here, so I'm still better.
Predrag at his state.
Yeah, I think that and it's sometimes hard on the Fridays, like after a whole week of work, and if the work is quite intensive, like the tiredness can come up, and then it's hard to actually contribute something interesting to the streams.
Yeah, but it makes the most sense to do Friday to update everyone after the week is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do Monday or something, but
It would kill the whole. It really kills the afternoon, and on Friday it's all right because you're already tired and you're not productive. But I'm a big believer, as we did create the framework for creating the TikToks. We are still experimenting with the right framework for the live streams, and I really think that if we do that, each of us will bring one topic on their own that he wants to that he will bring in to the others, and everyone can start commenting on that. It will be a bit better because right now it's us and sometimes it's like, tell me something about APIs. It's like, it was done.
not much to tell.
Yeah, but like there is really like not that much to tell, for example.
I think we have to. It's a skill, like sharing this and sharing the stories from the week. It's a skill, and you have to learn it.
Yes, but you need to ask the right questions as well. Like that's why.
Yeah. So, for example,
Predrag, why was you so angry today? Because you were thinking about the monolithical architecture.
Yeah, we're actually thinking about like the release process in VEED, because right now it's kind of scrappy and startup-y, and as a result of that, like we release a lot of bugs in the production, which is still fine for now, but it will not be fine in the future if we have like 300, 400 people daily streaming, something like that. So I guess with the devs, we are just discussing like how to solve this situation, and this is what I'm doing the entire day. To be perfectly honest, like this work in itself is fine, but what I don't really like doing is like the developers work where you have to like prepare, build environments, testing, stuff like that to get this to work. I'm kind of the developer that really likes to ship features, and I don't really like to spend too much time on process.
Yeah.
So for me, it's exhausting, but like it's needed, and once it's done basically. I mean, you have to improve it like periodically, but yeah. But the idea is to, in general, have a more reliable product, and especially like. Well, the idea is in startup, you want to keep the velocity. So you want to keep the velocity of shipping features fast. But as you start to scale more and more, you need to break stuff less and less, basically. So if you have 0 users, the production can be broken all the time. If you have 10 users, it can maybe be broken half of the time. And like you basically go down and down and down with this. And I would say like we are about like 98% reliable, which actually sounds like a big number, but it's not that much, It's like
It should be like 99.
Yeah, exactly. So usually like reliability is measured in like 99.999. So basically in nines after like in decimal nines, basically. And this is where we want to be in general. So yeah, and this is like kind of challenging process because like there is no good answer for that, and usually like everything you do will kind of slow you down in developing features. Like we want to say, like usually in startups, that you will keep your velocity, but it's just not true. Like it will slow you down. Maybe not as much like in some big corporate environment, something like that, but it's still a slowdown. So for us, it's still a trade-off that we have to make. And yeah, I think after the stream, I still have more work to do after that. So
this is super interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
such an interesting topic and really nice and well explained.
Micro content in my head.
Yeah.
Really
it reminded me the same on design front as well. Like when you are starting, you are really scrappy with the designs. You don't think about like united styles for buttons and shadows and typography, because the app is mostly few screens, and it's quick because you really just boom, 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 go as you need. You copy the styles and designs elements that you need when you need it, but you don't think about like the whole design system complex in its complexity. And as soon as you grow, you start having more designers, right? And you don't want to like the app to look a bit different on each of the sides, and each different from the product team a bit different. Like each feature, you need to start having a design system, but it's quite complex, right? Because for like if you are building live and if you are building a team that does subtitles, it's completely different use cases, and the design system still needs to work for both and needs to be updated, and it starts to be limiting and it starts to slow you down.
Well, it's basically a full-time job. Like just taking care of design system.
Exactly. So it's the same. And what was really nice is that you need to find. You were saying that you need to find the right balance between like the dirtiness, because that's quick and doesn't slow you down, but it leads to either worse product sometimes or like less reliable product, or start having the processes that will make it more reliable, it will test it and everything, but it will slow down the releases. And I think that the important milestone is like product market fit one. Like as soon as you have that, you can start
a bit slow down.
Be a bit like start slowing down and making sure it works. So I think we have to keep that in mind. But I think you guys doing a great job on prioritizing the speed, and then it's good.
Yeah, we have a question from Mark, Pocket Video School. How interesting! This is probably going to be for Predrag and Marek, but yeah, Marek is not here.
Who's Marek? What do you think?
Marek,
he doesn't say.
Tell me more.
Big share. How interesting is it for you guys when you tap into someone else's knowledge to solve a problem, like the audio thing? Do you like to constantly learn new things?
I think you have to if you're going to be like developer, especially in startup environment. Like if you don't like to learn new things, that's going to be hard pretty much, So And usually, like I would say, like the average profile of like technical co-founder in startup is exactly like the guy who's not like the perfect coder, but he's really good at learning. Because like these are usually the people who are most likely to start these companies with like non-technical co-founders. Because if you are really good and you have 30 years of experience, you can of course like start a company, but most people are already established. They have like either manager positions or very good careers. And there is no need to risk it, like in startup environment. So yeah, I would say definitely like, but even like any developer, but any profession, even if you're a designer, I think you have to like learn new things. But especially if you're going to be like someone like technical co-founder or like one of the first developers in startup, you need to be really biased towards like learning.
Yeah, and I think you are really great at it. And I thought I can remember it when we were starting. When Predrag graduated from the high school, he didn't even know what the function is. and then in
I
like
slept through high school.
yeah, and then like in the 3 weeks you're like, okay, we need to like make money in some way if you don't go to university. And I was like, okay, let's build the websites, but I cannot code, you know. And Brady, you have to be the developer. I was like, oh, okay. And then like a weekend or a week, he learned how to like do the front end and the React and everything, and he started like developing, and he's still constantly learning new things, and I really like that on Predrag. I'm the otherwise like I don't like learning new things too much, to be honest. Really? It has to really be like it has to be something I'm really passionate about, and then it's fast. But I don't like when I have to like learn about something that I am not super interested in. I hate that. It's like it's painful.
Very passionate about it. It doesn't like feel like forced learning. It's more like
I know everything about motorcycles, but if someone is like, "Hey, figure out how to like apply for Facebook development program," I'm like, "Man,
yeah,
I don't want to read all the shit."
Like nobody wants to do that, you know. That sounds like most terrible.
No, man, there must be one passionate person about this.
I mean, if you take 7 billion people, maybe there's one who wants to create Facebook apps or something.
When I said there must be one, my hand was like this. It's like 0. I don't even believe what I said just right now.
Yeah, your body doesn't believe it.
Yeah. Personal question. Sweat.
Yeah.
It's okay. What ages are you guys?
So I'm 5.
Start.
37. Currently.
You look older.
I'm 5 and Alex is.
You're so funny, man.
Yeah,
5, Johan from Stockholm.
Actually, maybe he's really 5 with these jokes. You know? Like it could make me fit like the age group.
Mentally, I'm 5 every Friday.
I think we are all like around 26 at least time.
Yeah. I'm soon to be 26 in 2 weeks.
I'm 27.
Expecting gifts.
Really?
Yeah. At least coffee or something.
Okay, we can buy you additional work hour for free.
Whoa! I do that. You will get like a weekend free of work, like full of work.
For free or full?
Full of work for free.
Well, nice combination. Nice combination.
It's nice, man.
3 weekends.
All the best.
Did we just?
What?
We shook hands on it, so it's settled.
Yeah, of course. And you can pick the weekend, it doesn't matter. But it has to be in the next 3 months at least.
Okay. Awesome.
We will get you something, Alex.
Sorry?
We will get you something.
Nice.
Hopefully not
I'm scared.
work week for free, but something like that.
Mark is saying he didn't ask for mental ages. Obviously.
Obviously.
26?
26.
26?
27.
27? 25.
Be great.
Oh, man.
Oh, so close to 30, man.
I think the important question is, where are we going to go to get a beer today?
I thought the important question is ice or legs.
That's the second most important question.
We should go Nastávko.
Nastávko. You joining us, Freddy?
I will.
Stalin's monument.
Nice.
For everybody. It's a very nice place in Prague. Full of alcohol.
It's like fountains of alcohol.
Mark is saying he feels really old now.
Yeah. That's life. I don't know what to say, man.
Not this.
Predrag, did you get into the interesting thing? Well, we can do also some news section. Is also nice if we find something like this week. This thing came up. I will share it. I will share it as a Chrome tab.
Nice. The background music would be nice. We have to figure that out. What is it?
No, not so.
Okay, that's
This is not really.
no.
No.
You are. Google develops their app.
I think it's fine, but like I don't need to read like a 400-page book basically. Especially like
this is your process. I know.
exactly.
Learn by the mistakes.
We learn.
You ship broken product.
I mean, it's fine to read, but you should read for things that are applicable to your scale when you're developing. So if you are scrappy startup, it doesn't really make sense to replicate a process that is done by you.
Yeah.
I think it's fine if you have like 500 engineers and you want to really make it work for them. Then of course, like this book can make sense, and you can take some inspiration probably even in a smaller team. But I think it's a bit wasteful to spend that time now, and instead you should be shipping features and like doing the basic minimum of process you can with like for development.
Yeah, you don't have the resources to replicate it. You don't.
But even if you, basically it would take you 3 months and doesn't really make sense. So why do it?
Yeah, it's like when people try to copy Apple's marketing when they're like just a stuff, basically the same thing, just in marketing situation, but it also doesn't work.
I think it's kind of similar when you're, for example, trying to create an ad that Apple spent like 10 million, or when what you should actually be doing is producing cheap TikToks or something like that, to scale it. So but it's the same idea with development process. Like it's fine to replicate Google when you are at bigger scale, but when you have 5 people, like just keep it simple.
Yeah, it's like when Apple is doing these, they have this like super minimalistic ad. Everyone's like, wow, that's so cool, we should do this as well. They just don't take into account that people know about Apple, they know all the context, they know the brand, they know they're like famous for being like minimalistic. So the ad is just on brand for them. And if you replicated it, it's just a random ad on the internet. And people it doesn't have the same effect.
Agree.
Though keeping it simple is, I think, always better than complicating
I
it.
mean, yeah, in general, just like talking in this specific scenario.
Got it.
Like the Apple approach.
Yeah, we need the growth. That's the main thing right now. It's a bit slow.
For a few reasons, but it's really the most important part for us right now. But we are moving. Mark is asking, did VEED approach you guys to join them, or did you look for them a company to integrate with to speed your journey up? Yeah. So if VEED discovered us and asked or wanted to acquire us, or the other way around, it was kind of mutual. The story is that we got in touch with Saba like 6 months before the first acquisition talks happened, and we were just chatting with him about like, hey, we have similar products and similar audiences, what we can do together. Can we maybe share email lists or do some combo in the features? It makes sense to like send our users to you. But at the time they were already on the trajectory of high growth and they cracked the code to the growth, and we didn't. So it wasn't so interesting for them. And in about 6 months, the thing that happened was that there wasn't going so well for us. We couldn't crack the growth, and we are already focusing on some other things. But then Saba noticed our repurposed content on LinkedIn. I was like, hey guys, nice videos. I think you are using VEED for the subtitles and blah, blah, blah. And we were like, yeah, we do. And he was like, yeah, I want to chat. We were like, yeah. And we were chatting. I shared like what's happening with Welder. He was like, yeah, maybe we can help you somehow, like share our knowledge, because you were really, I think, at the point where first he saw the opportunity there, like in the team, in us, like in the manpower, simply speaking, and also in our knowledge in the problem space, and also like he wanted to help other indie builders to succeed. I think that was also one of the main motivations. And so we started chatting, and what came out of that, it would be best if they acquire us, and we can use the resources of VEED and the knowledge of VEED how to grow this kind of product on Welder. Do that. We did it for 6 months. We learned so much. It was such a nice journey. But then in the product terms and for the users, we decided it makes the most sense to combine the two products and also pivot to live. So that's what's happening now. And now we are building the best live streaming in the world. We are like like I don't know how about you guys, but it feels like it's like slowly building up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, definitely.
it's not like we are in VEED, we go up, but I feel like we are building really strong foundation. The product is really like nice, and the ideas and what we are after in the product is so nice. And the growth will get in as well, and I think we'll like start really growing up, and I'm looking forward to that. So that's nice. Was it scary prospect to give someone else your baby?
I think for us, like not at all.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
having similar questions from
Many
from
people
my
ask us
friends.
this. Yeah.
And we're always like,
But it's surprising, like to us, like I don't think we see our business as a baby, really.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because like Alex joined later, but usually we were like two
Yeah.
co-founders and then Alex. So like all the time we were working on one project with more people, and like it's not really your baby if you have to do compromises with other people about ideas and stuff like that. So it was a team project, like all the time we were doing it for 7 years. So for us, it was mainly a business that we liked, but it's still just a business company or project.
I think we're also like, as we are doing this for, I don't know, 8 years now, and we did many different projects. Like you get used to, like it's a journey. It's not about one product. You get used to it. It's like continuous journey of many different products, and you are still going after some like high goal that is kind of personal / here between us. And you know that this is like another step on the journey, and that if this step makes sense, it's not so hard and scary to do that step. So
I would say our problem was mainly like in the reverse, where we killed a lot of our projects probably too early. So I would say like some people have a problem where they cannot give up their baby, and some people give up their baby too soon. And I think like on the scale, we got more on the on the side where we gave up.
We are already quite pragmatical on like building products and pragmatic on.
Yeah, this is the nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Like I think 4 years, 5 years, like before we really got all the experience. The worst way to put it was that we just gave up too quickly.
Yeah.
So it depends, like on the view.
I also remember Marek answering this question once, and he said that we are always solving a problem, and now we keep solving it. It's just under a different name, so it doesn't really matter to us that much if we are under Welder's brand or under VEED's brand, because we are still solving the same problem.
Yeah, I think we are like kind of weird entrepreneurs because we are not in the business for sake of changing the world, but we are and like building something that is ours and everyone will love it, but we are also not in the business just for sake of making money.
Yeah,
we have a mix of that kind of like we want to make a good living on this, so we take decisions based on that, but we don't need to make billions of dollars, but we also are not so hardcore passionate about building something amazing and then loving it and not letting it go because we believe it's ours and we have to get the funding to build the best thing. We are in the middle of this, and I think it's good. Like I think it's healthy. I think that's the right approach to building products, like because it allows you to move. You are not like tied into something.
But maybe one day you and Predrag are gonna have a business around motorcycles, and suddenly the whole approach is gonna change for you guys because you're gonna be doing a product around something that you're like super passionate about. Because I guess it's hard to like see it as your baby if you're in a space which you enjoy, you like, you understand it, but you're not like super passionate.
But the problem is that we don't have like any space like this.
Even motorcycles.
Yeah,
even motorcycles. We are hyped about riding motorcycles, but actually like doing business in motorcycles is, first of all, it's quite hard, and second of all, it's kind of half-dying market.
Yeah.
And
even if you are like super passionate about it,
that was just an example, but like yeah, sounds like mixing pleasure with business, which is.
I mean, it can
No,
work
I
fine,
think-
it's okay, but I think for us, like, our biggest advantage is that, for example, we kind of understand the content, and this is just a bigger and more interesting field for doing business than motorcycles. So I'm not sure if we are ever going to have any side project in that. Maybe we will see.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Don't answer this if it's not something you are able to, but do you have an exit strategy? I don't know in which context. I think it's like in context of welder.
We already
Like
did
the-
our exit strategy.
we didn't, like, we never start, like, we never start a business with like exit in mind, and not for sake of it's not good to start a business with an exit in mind. I think it's all right if you feel like it, but we don't feel the need to do that. We are like, yeah, it may happen, and if it happens, it's like it will happen somehow. And right now for VEED, I cannot. I don't know. I cannot speak about it as well, and I generally don't know, and I think nobody knows. I think it's like, for example, when I would be thinking, yeah, I think like right now when I would be starting a new business, a new product, I would kind of outline a few possible outcomes and try to kind of lay them out in like, this is plan A, this is a plan B, and this is a plan C. And if plan A doesn't like happens, the plan B is pretty realistic that it will happen. And if plan B is not happening, plan C is pretty realistic it will happen. So for example, building a bootstrap product, I would build it in a way that the growth is going well, and we can leverage the growth knowledge that we have. And if that happens and it's good, like, we will get paid users. And it's good. But if we cannot convert the users for some reasons that we discover on the way, we still have enough users, and somebody else might be able to buy us out because we have attention of the users and growth channels to do that, right? And like in these terms, kind of combining the possible ways. But great questions, man. Like, I really like these questions. Are amazing questions. How long have VEED been around? I think it's 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually young company. It's quite young.
Super impressive
Yeah,
growth.
not even 3 years, and they are this massive. It's
Super impressive growth.
and
So
to think, like, before we met them, we thought SEO was that.
yeah, but it's about contexts. Like, it's so much about. I was sitting with Marek 2 days ago, and we were like just like chatting about these things as we like to do, and we're like, it's really about context. Like, you building a product, it's super crucial to have a good context and understand that context, and then bring a concept into that context. And it seems like such a buzzword, but it's really like, imagine a restaurant. I'm watching this show Ano Šéfe in Czech Republic with a great,
It's kind of like,
yeah,
how's it called in English?
Gordon Ramsay's
Chef's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, I think. And he's really smart, and he's like, you have your context like a village, and then there you have to bring the concept in to the village in that context of the people what they want. You have to build that concept of your restaurant or a pub and build it in that context. And if you take a pub, like in general in Czech Republic, the restaurant services is shit. Like, people, we don't have the good culture for this. Like in Serbia, it's much better. Like France, of course, and stuff. It's really shitty here. But if you took like a small entrepreneur, restaurant owner from France that is having like really good food, just the fresh supplies and really just few offers and like personal approach, and bring it into like Czech village, and take the Czech village pub owner into the Prague's village, which is like shitty, and he would say the French owner is good and this is shitty approach, and he would switch them, both of them would die, like their businesses, because the concept doesn't match the context. But you have to have the context and then the concept, and the same is with the products. Like, you have to have your product, thinking about the problem, how you solve it, and then bring there the concept of how are you going to actually do that, right?
Yeah.
Has Saba put deadlines on product journey to keep you guys accountable?
I think Saba is the master of let's get it done quickly.
I think this is interesting topic, but not only in terms of if Saba does it, but in general, like, should product teams have deadlines or not. And we are, of course, like in a community here of product builders. And
I think the question is quite clear. I think like once you scale the team, like it's really hard to do it without the roadmaps. And if you have roadmaps, you already kind of have at least some kind of deadline, basically. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about like if you need to have exact day deadline. It depends on the team. Somebody works better with the hard deadline, somebody not. But you definitely need at least like this will be done in Q1 2021.
Yeah.
Without it, like it's almost, I would say, impossible to develop product in like a longer in scaled team. So yeah, I would say like we do have deadlines, but not really set by several. Like we set our own deadlines and we try to be aggressive about them. But,
yeah. I think like the product team, which is mostly consisting of a product manager, a designer, and engineers, and maybe someone on growth or user research, and it's like 2 to 10 people in the size. They are the ones that should be accountable enough to set their own deadlines, share that with company and stuff like that. And I also believe deadlines should be set, but they should be ambitious. But no one should kind of die over not making it into them, because in the space of building products, like you do the discovery, you try to do the guess as good as possible, but it's impossible. Like you are probably, if you are building something that you haven't built 10 times before that, which you probably don't do, it's impossible to guess the time right. But I'm pretty happy about our team, because like we are able to set a deadline like 3 months upfront, which is a lot like to stretch, or because like there's a lot of time to make a mistake, and we are like hitting it almost on days. That's amazing. Johan, what is your role now then? So I'm just like slacking most of the time, and just trying like sometimes
not preparing the streams,
yeah,
like not creating LinkedIn posts.
And I'm always messing with the guys and making them angry with my like I'm being annoying many times. So that's my role. Sometimes I bring them coffee if I want to make them happy. Then I'm like, make it to the deadline, and then I'm happy again. No, I'm like in one word, in 2 words in the product role description is product manager, but the case with the small product teams is that like people often wear multiple hats. So I'm doing the product management, I'm doing the design, I'm doing a lot of like growth related stuff, marketing related stuff. And so yeah, but product manager's role is to do all of these things, kind of like overview on the like where the product is heading, discovering the product, what should be next, prioritizing, being with the users, thinking about the product, how it should work, being with the devs, coming up with the features and how they should look like with the design and devs together. Yeah, so like a bitch for all.
That was like a good finish, but otherwise that
You should have started with that. Yeah. And to make sure everyone is on the same page, basically.
Yeah, also, and not only in the team, but also in the company. So it's like on the both sides, I'm communicating with like other teams and making sure that we have everything we need, resources. Yeah. What are your actual backgrounds then? What did you all study at uni?
We didn't go to university actually, so basically nothing. I think we right after the high school with Marek and Johan, we started with contracting, if you could call it that. Basically at the time, like it was really cheap website contracts, which we didn't do that. but other than so. At the high school, we all 4 of us actually studied like information technology. Basically, we didn't learn much, honestly, at the high school. At least me, and I think it's the case for everybody here. We didn't learn too much, but yeah, we didn't go to uni. We got straight to work, basically. So
get to work.
Then we figured out that the business is hard, and then we were like very, very poor for 4 years. And like it finally started working.
Yeah, it's true. But in general, like Predrag's background is over the past 12 years is in the development in engineering. Before that, it was marketing, little bit, but then engineering. My is design, and I was always kind of like I like the position of like being the team leader a little bit. I enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my background. A lot of design. And Alex.
Yeah, I used to do all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff that I don't.
Can you talk about it?
I can speak about.
Oh yeah, I joined you guys like 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Before I was doing freelance graphic design, I was doing retail, I was doing basically all kinds of stuff. Now I'm doing. I still do all kinds of stuff. I just have these guys. Yeah, none of us went to university actually.
Yeah, the thing with the universities in Czech Republic is that they are not so great. Like, for example, I don't know where I saw it, I think on some YouTube channel or something, or someone was no, I think Andrew from sales was telling me. From B2B, I think. Yeah, he was telling me that like in UK, yeah, Saba went to the university and Ben went to this university where you really like you actually get like the problems and you are solving them, you know, and sometimes even like now I'm maybe mixing two things together, but you get even a budget and like you are starting like your business from scratch, you know, and you are working on that and like
You will not find that.
yeah, in Czech Republic they are like just pouring an economic bullshit from 10 years ago into your head and just like trying and making you repeat it back. And that's not good when you are doing business. You need to be there, you need to experience it, you need to learn the things on your own. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut off discussion, guys, but we are already over an hour.
yeah. Okay, last question and let's go.
Yeah. Okay, last question.
Do you feel that it was better? Do you feel that it was a better road to a business? And when hiring now, what do you look for? So I don't think there is a better way to business. And again, we are chatting with.
No, he meant like going straight from high school to doing business. If it's like a better route than going to university.
Yeah,
I
think it is.
It can be, but also like
Depends.
I mean, you can start business when you're 30, 40, 50, so it doesn't. I would say like for me, for us it was definitely a better way because like there was no Czech university that could give us what we wanted. Maybe if we got to some foreign university, but we didn't really need to because like we knew a lot of people that didn't go to university and made it work here in Czech Republic. So this was our inspiration, and we just kind of followed that.
Yeah,
I think you can do it another way. In terms of what we are looking for when we are hiring, I will be honest, like I don't really care that much about the university, you know. So like I think the advantage for us is that we have the budget to hire senior people, and after 10 or 15 or 12 years of experience, like in development, in design, in marketing, and anything, like the university really doesn't matter anymore. It matters when you're hiring junior people. I think this can be a useful like signal, but if you're hiring senior people, then really you have so much to check and look for, like for example the way of the communication, their past projects, references, everything. That the university is kind of the last thing I would check with senior people.
I think it's again a great question, and yeah, the thing is that in our contexts, I don't think there was a better way to do business. We are also pretty like we do things by our own way. We have our like beliefs that we believe in, and they are not. Like we didn't find anyone else to have similar beliefs as we do that we could like get inspiration from. So I think we chose a good path. And when we are hiring, what do we look for? I think it's an ability to learn. That's really important. The skill, of course, like the hard skill. Good at soft skills. Like I really believe the soft skills are more and more important. Like being able to communicate.
Working remote.
Yeah, exactly. Like being accountable, being able to communicate well, being able to like get feedback, give feedback, all of these kind of things, and yeah, kind of also like be above things. Like have a good sense of humor. That's really important. Yeah,
Be at least twice as funny as me.
exactly.
It's gonna be hard.
Are we UK based? Yes, it is.
But we are remote all over the world. And I think that's it. And I think that it was actually a really interesting stream. Thanks to Mark and his amazing questions.
The questions are actually great.
Yeah, questions are amazing.
We could just keep answering.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should spend more energy on getting people on the stream.
Yeah, and that's why we need the button in the dashboard, because that will get people in the
Join the
stream.
stream.
Exactly. So yeah, it was really nice, even with the low energy at the beginning and little preparation from our side. It was really nice. So thank you, Mark, for asking the great questions.
I hope you, everyone who's watching, will have a great weekend, and you guys too. Let's go grab a beer. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.